So pretty in here. Have y'all ever seen something? I got to figure out first thing ever, but you ever seen something or somebody has had something and you just thought to yourself, boy, I wished I had some of that. Yeah, somebody's got a lot of it. I mean, somebody is really blessed. They just got tons of this good stuff and you want it. And the bad part is, as you come up, they're surrounded with all their family and friends, and they're getting some of it. And then you think, man, what's it going to take for me to be able to get some? I would love to have some of that. I started thinking back, do y'all remember the original, I might make sure I got the name right, was it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Was that the original, or was it Willy Wonka? Willy Wonka. Okay, here we go. So go back to the original one. And you go to little Charlie, and I used to see little Charlie. And at school, I thought, well, poor Charlie was the one that, was kind of left by the side. He didn't get to run with his friends, and he didn't have everything. And all of a sudden, Wonka comes out with this great little, whatever you want to call it, great little game. And if you can get the golden ticket, you can come get all the chocolate that you want. Man, Charlie wanted so hard to go in there and get one of those, but you had to buy a candy bar, right? Well, Charlie and his family weren't, how shall we say, financially blessed. They didn't have all the money. All of his friends would run to the store and they'd be buying chocolate bars and buying chocolate bars, and Charlie just couldn't do it. Well, I remember old Grandpa decided one day, here, Charlie, here, I've saved up some money. I want you to go and get that chocolate bar and get us that golden ticket, And of course he goes to get that bar, and he comes back and he gets ready to open it, and they're like, it's going to be here, and he opened it up, and there's no golden ticket. And what did Grandpa say? Oh, well, that little gold thing probably make the chocolate taste bad anyway, It wouldn't taste as good if they would have had it in it. And so they get to enjoy their chocolate. But what did they have to do? They tore off a piece for everybody, Charlie just couldn't sit there and indulge like everybody else because Charlie wasn't, he just wasn't, I guess like everybody else. He wasn't as rich. He wasn't as popular. But he still, every once in a while, got to enjoy the benefits. Now, through the story that what later on happens is he ends up finding a golden ticket. And then he gets to go and he gets blessed and he gets to go through the whole tour. And at the end, because of his honesty, because of his faith, because of the way he was, he ends up winning everything, right? Listen to this story here. This is Jesus. He's, of course, out traveling around and oops, get my little screen here. He's out traveling around, he's been touching, he's been blessing, and of course everybody around knows who Jesus is because everywhere Jesus goes, as the song says, a crowd gathers round from all over town. They came to see what he was all about, right? So everybody wants to be healed. Everybody wants to be touched. Everybody wants to be prayed for. Everybody wants a piece of Jesus' chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants some. Everybody wants to get in there. Listen to this now. It says they were sitting there talking up. Find my glasses. All right, so this woman comes up. And she came and it says, behold, a woman of Canaan come out of the same coast and cried unto Jesus, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. But he answered her not a word. Can you imagine that? This lady, everybody's getting healed, everybody's getting touched, everybody's getting their needs met. And this lady, it says she was a Canaanite. So in other words, she wasn't one of Jesus' chosen family. She wasn't a Jew. She wasn't of his friends. She wasn't in that group. But she was somebody from the coast, the Bible says. She was somebody from Canaan. And she come running in because she had a problem. She had something that meant so much to her. She had her daughter the Bible says, was grievously, in other words, was just tore apart, was being agonized, was being tortured by this devil. And what, of course, is a mom going to do when their child is in need? She's going to do what she's got to do to go and get help. And it says she runs, fights her way, of course, through the crowd, and she gets to Jesus. Doesn't say she gets close enough. Remember the story about the woman that can just reach the hem of the garment. But it says that she hollers out, "Have mercy on me, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed." So she hollers out. But she don't holler out just like, "Hey man," or "Jesus," or "Sir, can you help me?" No. Now this is a lady who's not of the chosen ones. She's not to say she's not in this group. But what does she do? She recognizes and knows Jesus for who He is. Even though she wasn't in line or wasn't part of there for a piece of that chocolate. She wasn't in the same household. She wasn't there. She knew Jesus was still the one who created it. So she called Him by His title. She called Him by who He was. "Oh Lord," in other words, Master, "I know who you are. There's something special about you. You are the Lord." And it says, "Thou son of David." Now wait a minute. Son of David, yeah, I understand that, how the Jews would know that. But this woman was reaching in. What was she doing? Man, she was tugging on Jesus' heartstrings. She was like, "I know where you come from. I know your word. I have studied it." And she goes back and she starts, "I know who your great-great-great-great-great-grandpa is. It was David. I know who he is." Boy, she's hitting him at home, isn't she? She's getting a hold of his heart. She's reaching in and she's grabbing a hold. And as we say, she ain't pulling any punches. Boy, she needs something and she's going for it. "Oh, thou son of David." You know what Jesus does when you get a hold of His heart? He listens. He hears what you're saying. When you get a hold of Jesus' heart, when you get a hold of Him, He really hears you. Folks, you better look out because something is about to happen. When you can get a hold of Jesus right there, as we say, to the root, going back to the Son. When you can get a hold of Him on that personal level, you better believe that He's going to talk, He's going to touch, He's going to minister, He's going to heal. Now this lady has been seeing all of this stuff going on, so she's heartbroken, and she's trying to get in. But have you ever had your hopes crushed? Just like, here's Charlie opening up that candy bar. No go ticket. Listen to what happens. He answered her not a word. It's just like he just kept on walking. Talking to you. What do you need? But answered her not a word. But you know what? The Bible says, in a way, it says that she just keeps on hollering. Listen to what it says. The disciples came and besought Him, saying, "Would you just send her away? For she keeps crying after us." Just send her away. She's getting aggravating. Would you just send her away? She won't hush. Y'all know when babies or little babies or a little young kid or whatever, and they want something really bad, and they just won't shut up. It's okay, look at it. The mouth just goes 100 miles an hour, and they won't hush, and they won't do anything, and they just keep on talking. Boy, it can get on your nerves. It can just wear you down, And what happens? A lot of kids learn that it can wear you down. They keep on doing it. And then what happens? They end up getting what they want, just so they'll be shut up. But the disciples didn't say, "Would you listen to her?" They said, "Would you just send her away? Just get rid of her. Send her down the road because we can't take it anymore." It's starting to affect not only us, but everybody around us. All right. But He said, "I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You know who he directed that to? Not to the disciples, not to the crowd, but to that woman. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in a crowded room like this, if you're sitting in a crowded church, if you're sitting by yourself. When Jesus talks to you, you will know it. The Bible says, or Jesus says, I am the shepherd, and my sheep know my voice. They hear me, and they listen. This woman had already got a hold of Jesus. You know, how in the world else could she know that he was talking just to her? Listen to what it says. I'm not sitting but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. In other words, I'm not here for you. I am here. You're a Canaanite woman. I am here for the Jews. I am here for my children. I'm here to bring them back. But it says, then she came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. Another translation says, then she come and she knelt before him and she begged, Lord, please help me. You know, when we get to that spot to where we're not going to give up, when we hang on like that bulldog they say, and we just hang on and we're sad, but once we've got God's attention, you know how you can really get God's attention? Like this woman did, she says she bows down and she worships. She gets humble. She don't worry about what else is going on around her. She don't care. She don't have a care that there's thousands of people around there, because she's got something that she needs to talk to Jesus about. And folks, if you've got something that serious that you want to talk to Jesus about, don't let your friends, your neighbors, anybody else get in your way. But the big part is, don't let your pride get in the way. It says she fell on her knees and humbled herself, and she talked to Jesus. She said, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to the dogs. Man, can you imagine being that poor lady and hearing the one that you've heard so much about, the Messiah, this king, one that can just heal and minister. Can you imagine him turning and telling you, hey, it's not right for me to give the food from the table to the dogs on the ground or on the floor? Y'all ever had a dog live in your house? You know, if you have, you had a dog. I tell you what, when it comes supper time, boy, that dog has always loved you. But when it comes supper time, that dog loves you more than any other time in the world. He comes to the table, and our dog will sit there and just shake. All 4 feet just going back and forth. He just looks at you, shaking and saying, please give me something to eat. Please drop a crumb. Please drop something. I'm hungry too. And we're sitting there saying, or I do anyways, you've got your food over there. Go eat your food. This is my food, you know. And of course, but wait a minute over there. Doesn't the animal thing say, don't give the dogs human food because it's not good for them? I'm just being an upstanding citizen. Everybody else just tell me I'm cold-hearted, you know? But that dog, he wants something to eat. Man, he will sit there and shake and shake. Now, we have a Cocker Spaniel. And they get this, we've heard and read about it. If they really like something or want something, they will sneeze. And how they make themselves sneeze, I don't know. But he will sit there, you know, pitter-patter, sneeze, 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 sneeze. Until finally you look there and go, what do you want? And boy, you can put a piece of food like this, and before it hits the ground, boy, it's down his throat. And if it does hit the ground, he will run himself in a circle and tie himself in a knot trying to find it on the ground, because he wants that scrap that fell. He wants it because he knows it's going to taste so much better than what he has to eat. He knows it's going to be so much more filling than what he normally and what he's had all the time. This woman tells Jesus, but Jesus, even the dogs deserve the scraps. You know what she was saying? What I've had all my life, what I've been given, is nothing compared to what you're given. Man, the food, the taste the way I can be filled, the strength that I can draw. Man, the food that I know from what you've got, just those scraps, is going to be so much better than I've ever had. And God, don't I deserve just the scraps? I'm not asking for the full food. I'm not asking for the table worth. I just want the little scraps. Then it says, and he said, truth, Lord. Or she says, truth, let the dogs eat the crumbs. And then Jesus said to her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee as thou wilt. Thy daughter is made whole from this very hour. Can you imagine that? Now she's finally got to that point. She's got Jesus' attention. She's humbled herself. She's got herself in the position to where she's got a hold of his heartstrings. I know your granddaddy. I know you great. I know where you come from. I know you're powerful. I know who you are. I'm not necessarily one of yours. But if I can just get the crumb that falls from the table, go right back to my Willy Wonka story. Now y'all remember, it wasn't in a bar of chocolate that he found it. If I remember correct, was it not in a gutter on the side of the street that had blown in? It wasn't on the table, it had blown off. And it was in the trash. It was in the washed away. And he got that golden ticket. And then we get to go send the story. I got a golden ticket. I get to go. I get what I'm going to get my needs. And what happened? Oh, Charlie goes and he gets the whole factory, right? That woman reached down, got a hold of that golden ticket because she got a hold of Jesus' heart. And her needs were met. And from that day, from that very hour, the scripture says that her daughter was healed. Folks, we don't have to be, any special type person to anybody else. We don't have to be born of royalty. We don't have to have any kind of special anything in our life in the physical. All we got to have is a relationship with Jesus Christ. All we got to do is be able to get a hold of His heart, get a hold and just touch and ask Him to come in and say, Lord, I know I'm not worthy. I know I'm not, of the way I should be, but God, I trust you. And because she trusted, because she believed, and because she was able to get a hold of God, that's why I always say, it's not religion that's going to get you to heaven. It's your relationship with Christ. How is your relationship? Do you got a hold of Jesus' heartstrings? Do you honor? Do you humble yourself? If you need something this morning, be like that woman. Don't worry about anybody else, don't worry about nobody else. But you get along with God and you start talking. But keep in mind, what did this woman do? She recognized Jesus, who He was, and she let Him know she knew who He was. She humbled herself, and she listened to His words. We have got to listen. When God talks, folks, listen to what He says. Y'all remember that old commercial? They'll be in a big old huge restaurant. Everybody's just loud as they can be. And these couple over here is talking. Well, my broker says that I should always invest in this. And my broker says this. What does your broker say? And the person says, well, my broker is E.F. Hutton. And E.F. Hutton says, and all of a sudden everybody in the whole restaurant stops eating, drops their forks, and starts listening. Because this great broker was going to tell some news. Folks, when Jesus talks, if you hear His voice and you listen, you're going to reap the dividends. You're going to get that golden ticket. You're going to get that healing. You're going to get that peace. He's going to minister to you because you love Him. And He says, I'm not going to let my children go without. This morning, we're going to say a dismissal prayer. If you've got something that you want God to do, something that you want God to minister. You've got something that's really on your heart and on your mind. As we're praying, I want you just to tell God what it is. Just tell Him what it is this morning and let Him move in your life. Trust me, He will. If you will trust Him. Let's pray. Father, Lord, we